Hello everybody, I'm Pastor Steve Green. This is Breton Word of Faith Church Refresh message number 1 for this week. Today is Tuesday, June 9th, and our subject is fear and desire. We're very glad that you've joined us today. Thank you for taking part, joining us in looking at the Word of God and growing in the Word of God. I have a question to start off with, first of our 3 refresh messages. What is it that causes a person to love life and see good days? What makes us happy? What makes us blessed? What makes us a success in life? I know this is what everybody wants. Is it, and we'll mention several things, maybe things commonly thought. Is it good training? Good training in a profession, maybe? Good training in a trade? Possibly. Could it be being smart? Could it be being intelligent, working hard? Maybe not working harder, but working smarter. Could it be working the system well, knowing how maybe to cut corners in some cases? For some, not all, but for some, maybe how to cheat a little bit, how to lie a bit, how to steal a little bit. Maybe that's the key to getting ahead, getting an advantage on other people. Possibly. Being lucky is one viewpoint, maybe not the only way of getting ahead, but to some that might be an important ingredient, getting some luck in life. Others that are more religious might think that God just makes some people successful and other people not, for reasons that only He understands. So maybe that's a person's viewpoint. Now, if we look at it from the viewpoint of the New Testament, which is, I know what we want to do, what I want to do, and what you want to do, then not to say that there isn't place for some of the things that we just mentioned above, but there is one thing above all things, head and shoulders above everything else, that makes us successful, according to the New Testament, repeated literally again and again and again, is when we fulfill divine responsibility. And there's ways we can express that. There's ways the Bible expresses that. If we were to boil down this divine responsibility to its essence, we could call it loving one another. That's what the Bible calls it. What does it mean to love one another? It means having a look and understanding what God is doing in the world and getting with Him, joining with Him, becoming part of what He's doing. What is He passionate about? There's several ways we can express this, and all of these ways mean the same thing, just different ways of putting it. It would be engaging with His agenda, being a partner with Him. Again, finding out what He's doing it with Him, being a companion, being a partner with God. Wherever God is, His blessing is. Another way to put it would be seeking first the kingdom. Jesus spoke about seeking first the kingdom, putting His kingdom, His agenda, His priority first in our life. Making disciples would be another way that Jesus put it. That would mean, first of all, that you and I, we need to be disciples in order then to be makers of disciples. In fact, if I'm being a good disciple, then making disciples will be just something that follows naturally after that. Obeying the gospel could be another way of putting it, obeying the word, or the way that we mentioned earlier, loving one another. It would mean identically the same thing as all of the above. Jesus said in John 13, verses 34 to 35, "A new commandment I give you, that you love one another. As I have loved you, that you also love one another." Verse 35, "By this all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." Notice how in 2 verses how Jesus said that 3 times. That you love one another, that you also love one another, if you have love for one another. In giving this commandment, He is literally commanding upon us blessing, favor, reward, success, prosperity, the loving of life, and seeing good days, because these things come with the lifestyle of loving other people. And what does it mean to love other people? Again, 1 John chapter 5 and verse 2, "By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep His commandments." That's our refresh message for today. We'll see you on Tuesday.